What's up, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing and unboxing the Roav A1 dash cam by Anker. The reason I purchased this particular camera, one was the price point, two was it was one of the few cameras that offered any kind of support, and it also had some name brand sensors in it. Particularly, you can see here it has a Sony sensor. Which was pretty impressive. I did watch a couple of videos online, and I saw that there were reviews for this on Amazon. There was definitely not as many reviews on this as other competitive cameras, but it still had great reviews. Let's get started. Okay, so now that we have unboxed the Roav A1, we can see what comes in the package is a smart guide, owner's manual, USB charger, trim removal tool. Nice touch is a adhesive mount, which isn't even mentioned in the included what's included. Suction cup mount, a very long USB, which allows us to route it around the windshield, which is what I plan to do, and the camera itself. All right, there's a lot of reviews on this camera in particular and some of the functionalities and things like that, so I'm not really going to spend too much time on that. But what I am going to do is go through the installation, at least in my case, and then I will also, after I use this for a little while, I will also include a review of what I think of the camera. Okay, so I didn't really go into detail about my install, but I did want to recap. So what I did was I played around with the suction cup mount a little bit, got me a position I felt would be adequate, so I put it in the center of the windshield just below my rearview mirror. I think the field of view of this camera will be adequate for that location. I then took the supplied USB cable, ran it up around my headliner, down the pillar, came around down under the dash, came here to the center console where I'm finishing up. Pretty much what I'm going to do is fish this through where the shifter's at so I can plug into where my USB is at. At some point I may splice the wires and just hardwire it in, but for now I'm just going to use the supplied USB adapter. I will say the trim tool that they provide is fantastic, and that is a added bonus for sure when it comes to purchasing this particular dash cam. So one of the things I wanted to add to this review is to show the file transfer capabilities over Wi-Fi, which you can see the screenshot of below. I was not a big fan of this feature on this camera. I had many issues with it. The camera would either just go to sleep or disconnect, and then it would have very slow transfer speeds. This could be the combination of iPhone and the camera. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been able to get that to work. Unfortunately, I had to actually take the memory card out, plug it into the computer, and transfer it manually that way, which worked fine. But that is one of the dislikes I have with the camera. Outside of that, for the price point, it's been great. I'm going to add a couple of examples of the video, both at night and during the day. So here is an example of the video quality. This is actually early morning, so it could be, good example of night, early morning quality. As you can see, it does a fairly good job at handling the varying light scenarios. I will say that in this particular scene, it was drizzling, so it's kind of a worst case scenario. It's dark outside and there's also raining, but you can clearly read the description on the side of the truck there. You can clearly identify the lines in the road. You can also pretty much identify the vehicles themselves. I think the one thing that I've noticed is if you pause the video and try to zoom in and see the details, some things can be a bit blurry, like the license plate per se. In some situations, you are able to see the tag, so I guess it's really just dependent upon the vibrations in the car and lighting and things like that. But for a $50 camera, it's pretty impressive. I mean, as you can see there, you can clearly read the street signs too, which is pretty impressive. So I'll say for a $50 camera, for the nighttime quality, I'll definitely say this gets a good rating. So here we have an example of daytime recording with the dash cam. This is really where this camera shines. It handles the light changes quite well. You can pause and zoom in and see tags pretty clearly. Again, kind of like the nighttime example, you can identify the cars, you can read the things on the cars, you can also read the street signs. But this is really where the camera actually does a great job, and I don't think you'd have any issues, especially during the day. For a $50 camera, this gets A plus in my opinion. I do agree with some of the reviews on here though that nighttime is definitely where this camera struggles. But again, for $50, this is far exceeded my expectations. And as far as dash cams go, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to continue to use it. I think it'll do just fine for my needs. So with that being said, I hope this review has been helpful to you. I hope it can serve as an example of what cameras in this price point are capable of. This is a real honest review. I'm not sponsored by Anker. I actually purchased this one on my own just because I had read and seen reviews of it and figured for $50 let me give it a shot. So again, hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them the best I can.